What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today, you guys, with a brand new review for The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you guys, season 6, episode 3. This episode was titled Dismissed, and I don't know if things were dismissed, but hey, whatever. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But before I do get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys aren't subscribed yet, need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that grand favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, you guys, and also by turning on your post notifications. And with that out of the way, without further ado, shall we discuss the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? Yes, we shall. So, if you're watching the replay or if you are coming into the live, please tell me if you guys watched this episode. What did you guys think of it? Overall, it was a good episode to me. I laughed. I really did. Can't even hold you. Can't even lie to you about the situation because it was a good episode to me. So I'm gonna start up with the slow stuff, and then we'll get to the good stuff. And so the first thing that I want to talk, actually, the first person that I'll talk about is Angie K. Now, you guys, if you guys watched me last season, you guys would know that I wasn't the biggest fan of Angie last season because I thought Angie was just doing the most, all the time. And even her with the Greek stuff, it's like, okay, we get it. You're Greek. Is that all all you have to provide to us, right? But with this thing with Angie, we see as Angie was sitting with her dad. I think she said her dad is 89 years old, which that is a blessing to, see that age, right? So she was talking to him about, working in his garden. And, she says when, it comes time to do his garden, that lets her know that she has another year with her dad. And I'm here for that, right? So then her dad showed her some pics of him, I guess, back when he was in Greece. And, it was pictures of him, it was pictures of his family. And she noticed that like nobody would be really smiling. And so when he was talking about when the Germans came into the village and burned things, I was like, oh, wow. And he was about 7 years old. And he said, honestly, they didn't have anything for them to burn. I really felt bad for him. So, it teaches you to count your blessings, I would say. It definitely teaches you to count your blessings. But I like that scene with Angie. You guys tell me what you thought about the scene with Angie. And like I said, it wasn't much to it. It was a cute scene, and we'll move forward. And how are you tonight, lovely 31 Blueprint? Hope you are having a great night. So yeah, that was it with Angie. Like I said, not much. Cute scene. The next thing we got is that I want to talk about that honestly didn't get a whole lot from it is Heather. You guys know I don't really see it 100% for Heather, but we'll talk about Heather nonetheless. So with Heather, you guys remember now what I'm about to add, because I don't even know what the girls storylines are this season, but what I am about to say is with Heather, girl, I hope you're not pulling the same thing that Eric and Jane pulled on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, where your storyline is going to be redecorating your house. Because if it is, I'm like, no, I don't want to see this. But again, Heather's daughter, her youngest daughter, is getting ready to leave for college, right? And so we see Heather as has Angie over, and Heather is painting a room that she's going to turn into her office, because Heather says that for years her office has been her bed. And I was like, ain't nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with your office being your bed. Because if you guys watched my Instagram story this morning, well, no, it was my Instagram story. I deleted it, but I woke up at 9 o'clock this morning, and I'm supposed to be at work at 8 o'clock. And I grabbed my laptop off my desk, and I went back to my bed, and I went back to sleep, and I was just tapping the mouse. And then for a few minutes before I got up, I was working in my bed. So there is nothing wrong with working from your bed because I do it quite a bit. Like I will work. There are some days that I'll be wanting to watch TV. I'll get in my bed and have my laptop in my lap and be on the phone and doing whatever I need to do. So nothing wrong with working from your bed, Heather. And also, congratulations to you, even though you're not my favorite person. Congratulations to you on your third book. I didn't read the first two. Don't really intend to read the first two or the third one. But again, Heather, congratulations to you, right? So Angie then tells Heather that she is going to be getting her Greek citizenship. And I was like, okay, cool. Heather had a great, a reaction that Angie wanted. And so she let her know that Electra didn't have the same reaction that Heather had. And so we see a flashback to when Angie was sitting down with Electra and she told Electra, like, hey, I'm getting my Greek citizenship. And let me say this, because I was thinking the same thing that Electra said. And it's just like, again, I understand being proud of who you are, where you come from, and your heritage. I understand that. But when it comes down to Angie, it really does feel like that is her whole entire existence. If it's not, if it is not Greek, it is Electra. And I just want to know who Angie is outside of that stuff, right? Like I said before, wasn't a big fan of Angie K last season, but I'm this season so far, I'm liking her. And I just want to know who Angie K is outside. We know you're Greek, and I love that you love being Greek, but I would just like to know who Angie is outside of being Greek, a mother, and a wife. I do think that there has to be other things that make you who you are outside of those things that I named. But it is what it is, right? So then they also talked about that socialite, what is her name? Amy's part, right? And they talked about Lisa. What I will say for me with Lisa, and if I got any Lisa fans in here, it is what it is. I don't mince my words, and I'm going to say what the hell I want to say. When it comes down to Lisa, I feel like Lisa is fraudulent. I think that Lisa's life is, I think that the shit that she says on this show about her life, how good and how fabulous her life is, I don't think it's that. Do I think she has a terrible life? No. But I don't think it's up there with what she tries to portray on this show. And again, if you're a Lisa fan, then it is what it is. But that's just how I personally feel when it comes to Lisa Barlow, especially in this episode. And I'll talk about it once we get to it. But that's it for Heather. Honestly, what I will say when it comes to Heather is, y'all know, I think Heather is a kiss ass, and especially when it comes to Lisa, like, girl, you are such a kiss ass, and you were hiding for what reason? Like, what do you think that Lisa's gonna do to you? Like, I just don't understand that when it comes to Heather, but neither here nor there. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next person, and that is going to be Bronwyn. I think, right? Yeah. Okay. Bronwyn. Oh, also, what did you guys think about them taglines? I will say with the ladies' taglines, I wasn't 100% feeling them. There's only a handful of taglines that I can say that I like. And I think um, my favorite tagline for this season is definitely going to hands down be Mary's. I loved Mary's tagline. Love, love, love Mary's tagline. So let me see if I can get to the taglines real quick. Um, let's see if we can find these taglines. I'm gonna go to Mr. Housewives if I can find his Instagram. Let's see if we can find it, you guys. Give me a second, you guys. We gonna find it. Okay, we'll find it. Ooh, ooh. Hello. Mr. Housewives. Okay, so here are the taglines. So Meredith's tagline is, "While you drop lies, I'm dropping the beat," which, okay, Meredith, Then Bronwyn's is, if my closet has skeletons, at least they'd be well dressed. Mary's is, I'm here to eat, drink, and be merry. Angie's is, I'm Greek, and the rest are just a tragedy. Lisa's is, I don't go low, I go the distance, girl, bye. Heather's is, my nest is almost empty, and this bird is ready to soar. Weird. And Whitney's is, roses are redheads, violets are blue, don't come for me or I'll come for you. Terrible. But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think. Like I said, the main one that I like is Mary's. Now let's talk about Bronwyn. So with Bronwyn, oh God, Bronwyn scene, my heart went out to Bronwyn because I don't know that feeling what she's going through. I do know what it's like to lose a parent, and I do know what it's like to watch a parent deteriorate a little bit. But this that she's going through, I don't know what she I don't know that feeling. So we see her and Todd, so they went to lunch with each other, right? And Bronwyn is letting us know that since the reunion last year, and since Todd has heard and saw what people said about how he talks to Bronwyn, she says that things have really changed when it comes to she and Todd. If Bronwyn likes it, I love it, right? But she says for her, she hasn't really changed. And I was like, okay, no one was really saying that you needed to change. It was Todd. The way that Todd talked to you last season, I didn't like it. And I think a good majority of the fandom did not like the way that Todd talked to Bronwyn last season, right? So we also found out that Bronwyn had at one point moved her mom and her dad into the house with Todd, but she had to move her dad to a memory care facility because her dad has Alzheimer's, and she says her dad has had Alzheimer's for the last 10 years. And I was like, wow. Ooh. Again, like I said, my heart goes out to Bronwyn because I just can't imagine what that's like to watch someone that you love battle with that for 10 years. Now, my grandfather, we think he had a form of dementia, but because with my grandfather, my papa, he kind of regressed to being a child again, but we never got him tested. The only thing we knew he had for sure was cancer, but we definitely think he either had Alzheimer's or dementia because, like I said, my papa regressed to being like a child all over again. Uh, wow, all Alzheimer's for the last 10 years. I know there's a lot on the family. Yeah, like I can even imagine dealing with that. And then also her mom had a brain tumor and she had surgery on the brain tumor. I was like, wow, that's a lot for one person, right? So we did see as she had a scene with Meredith, and you guys remember Meredith's father passed away. I can't remember which season it was that Meredith's father passed. It's either season two. It wasn't season three because I didn't watch season three. It's between two and four that Meredith's father passed away. If you remember, you can leave it in the comments and tell me. But I know, but she and Meredith had a conversation about that. And I like seeing that conversation. And Bronwyn feels like, Meredith is now seeing her in a different light outside of the group. And I was like, yeah. And so Bronwyn also says that she wants to fix things with Lisa. And I'm actually with Todd. Why do you want to fix things with Lisa Barlow, who has said nasty, disparaging, disgusting things about you and your husband? But hey, do what you want to do, Bronwyn. I think you're a people pleaser. And then when I think you're a people pleaser, you're a people pleaser. And I want you to get away from that. Oh my goodness, that's a lot as well. So I have not watched the show, but your channel keeps me up with the updates on the girls. Oh, well, I appreciate you for coming through and watching, even though you don't watch the show. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. So then we see Bronwyn later in the episode as Bronwyn had a conversation with her mother, right? So her mother and her father, they live out in California. So her mom is going out there because she's having to get stuff and she's trying to, selling the house as well. So with that, she's having to get rid of things. But then her mom let her know that there were some things that have been in the house for, the last 25 years that she can't really see herself, going through because it doesn't belong to her. It was Bronwyn's father's stuff. And she feels a way about her touching, getting rid of his things without his say so. And I was like, oh God. I mean, my God. Again, prayers up to the family. So they also talked about how when it comes to her father, that when he sees her daughter Gwen, he believes that Gwen is Bronwyn. I was like, oh, that's really bad dementia. If he, so what it is he thinks that Bronwyn is her daughter when she was her daughter's age, and he still thinks of her daughter as a baby. I was like, oh. Again, like I said, prayers up for Bronwyn, her mother. I don't know if Bronwyn has any siblings, but prayers up for her family. Now, this is where her mama lost me because Bronwyn doesn't feel like she's good enough, right, with her father. And so her mom let her know, you got there in your own roundabout where you had to circle the drain a few times, right? And then her mama told her she wouldn't have got where she is without Todd's money. I said, well, damn, mama. I mean, you're probably telling the truth, but I don't know if Brown would necessarily want to hear that. Hey, yeah, if it wasn't for my husband and his money, I wouldn't be who I am and where I am today. But that was her mama, and so I think have we hit everything? Yes, because we talked about Heather, I talked about Angie and Bronwyn, because the bulk of this episode surrounded Lisa Barlow. So let's bring Lisa's name dropping ass on the screen. So we see Lisa. Lisa is she's decorating some kind of event space that she was having, and she name dropped Steve Carell's name and somebody else's name. I forgot whose name she dropped. And I was like, wait a minute, why is she name dropping? Then she started talking about who she's done stuff with Usher, she's done stuff with this person, that person, this person. And I was like, and and from what I know about people, not even what I know, when people name drop, that's to make themselves feel good and feel better about themselves. Because most times when people say, oh, I know this person, oh, I know that person, oh, I know that person, yeah, you may know them or you may know of them, but it still doesn't mean you this big deal. And I think that that's what Lisa wants to do, is make herself bigger than what she is. And I just don't think that she's that girl, because they didn't even, with this scene, we didn't even see anything. And not to mix shows, but even with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, when those girls name drop people, they typically bring them on. And I'm pretty sure Steve Carell either didn't, if he probably said he didn't want to be filmed. But it's just weird that they didn't even show anything. They didn't show him. They didn't show a marquee with his name on it. They didn't show a flyer with his picture on it. They didn't show shit with Steve Carell. But Lisa's dropping his name. So we also found out that Lisa has a day planned up for the girls. So she's gonna do something with a few of the girls, and the other girls are not gonna be there, but they're gonna meet her for lunch, right? And I was like, okay. So we do see as she went ski shooting. So she's ski shooting with the socialite Amy. She's with Meredith, Heather, and Mary. And I will be honest, I was slightly shocked to see her with Mary. Lisa and Mary have not really been that cool in the seasons that Mary has been on. Season 1, season 2, season 4, and 5. Her and Mary ain't been close in those 4 seasons, but okay, Lisa, you need people to film with this, what I'm getting, right? So Heather said it, so is it just gonna be us? She said, oh no, the other girls are gonna meet us for lunch, right? So then we get to the lunch. This is, if you guys watched The Real Housewives of Potomac, and you guys remember season 3 of Housewives of Potomac, when Karen had that press conference about raised taxes, when she said you got to make millions to owe millions, it gave the same delusional Karen that she gave season 3. And this is literally what Lisa is doing. This is literally a playbook out of Karen Huger's book, right? So Lisa got these poster boards with these lawsuits on it, and each one of them is saying dismissed. And Lisa, do you know the definition of the word dismiss, boo? Because one of them you said it's in the process. In the process doesn't mean dismissed. I just want you to know that. That's not what that in the process doesn't mean it's dismissed. It means it's still an ongoing thing. And then you say people can sue you for anything. That is slightly true. People can sue you for the smallest amount of things, right? But you have to have some kind of evidence, proof, and merit to get into a courtroom to file that. And again, people do file frivolous lawsuits, but you try to make it out like these are frivolous. But okay, I mean, hey, do you? You know, go off, girlfriend. Now, some of the poster boards, like there's one of her and John courtside at the Utah Jazz game. Then there's one of her and John on a yacht, and I was confused. I was like, "What is the purpose of the courtside picture and the picture on the yacht? What does that prove about these lawsuits? Nothing." So all the ladies were confused, right? But Lisa says the cases were dismissed, and Bronwyn asked her, "Is that because you paid the people?" And she said, "That's none of your business." Well, girl, I mean, you brought everybody here to clear the air, so let's put it all on the table. How did the case like? What are we here for? The cases were dismissed. I hear you. Were they dismissed because you came to a settlement with them? Like, why were they dismissed? But okay, go off. So then Angie asked her, okay, so the man that said that, you had a credit card, he paid off your car, he did some work in the house, like, what is all of that? And Lisa keeps saying that they're dismissed, but then she says, well, this one is in the process of being dismissed. I was like, Lisa, what the fuck does it mean it's in the process of being dismissed? I'm being facetious. I know what she means, but that doesn't mean that it's dismissed. It means it's an ongoing lawsuit. It's not been dropped. It's not been settled. It's not been dismissed. It is currently ongoing. But okay. So then Lisa and Bronwyn, they went back and forth with each other, right? And I don't know how Lisa got on to Todd and called Todd a misogynistic asshole. And I was like, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China, Lisa? Please explain that to me. So then Lisa wants to wants to go at Angie and talk to Angie and, asking Angie what was the reason for her talking about it, right? And Angie was trying to talk, but Lisa wouldn't let her talk. And Lisa, Angie told Lisa in no uncertain terms that you can be frustrating, but I say she can be annoying, right? And I'm glad that Angie told her that, right? So then Lisa tells Angie, because remember, Angie said that this is very similar to Jen Shah. So Lisa says to Angie that you want to be like Jen Shah because you had her brow girl, you had her hair girl, you had her this girl. Can I ask a question? How fucking big is Salt Lake City? Y'all just said that there are no socialites in Salt Lake City, right? So I'm pretty sure y'all probably are all using the same people with the exception of Mary. Because Mary is black, so her hair is different, her skin tone is different than you guys, so that might be the only thing. So I just don't get it, but whatever, right? Brittany, I'm gonna say this to you, Brittany, shut up. Because when you asked about the brow girl, shut up, 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 shut up. We do not care about that girl that said that Jared was in her DMs last season. We don't give a damn, Brittany. Shut up. So after that, Whitney chimes in, and Whitney says, so what are we supposed to do if, they say that you owe $400,000 and we hear about it and we're tagged in it? What are we supposed to do, Lisa? And so Meredith is like, Whitney, you are not one to talk because there are things out there about you. And so Whitney was like, but Meredith, you didn't say anything to defend her. And Meredith's like, yes, I did say something to defend her. So then Brittany is over here like, no, Meredith, you didn't say anything to defend her because, you're the one that's the attorney and I wanted you to say something. Brittany, I'm tired of your lies. Please stop. I'm tired of your lies. So that's Meredith, right? And so Mary says, well, Meredith, you didn't say anything. Yes, I did say something. Stop with the lies. I was like, okay, I like Meredith, right? I like Meredith. Meredith is my girl. But I do have to ask the question, why is Meredith still here? Meredith, I don't remember, when is the last time Meredith actually had a damn storyline? When is the last time Meredith had a storyline? But okay, whatever. So Lisa says, Whitney, you don't want to go there with me. Oh my God, Whitney, you don't want to go there with me. What about your businesses? What about your businesses, Whitney? Um, you know, do you have a backer? No, Whitney, Lisa, I do not. Me and Justin put money into our businesses, and I am paying my businesses out. I was like, what is, they were screaming at each other. I was just so confused what the hell was going on. So now Whitney and Lisa are going back and forth with each other. And so Lisa was like, okay, Whitney, people are bitching on TikTok about your business. Bitch, they say, it was when Whitney said, bitch. So she says people are talking about you on TikTok. People are talking about you on TikTok. Your facelift. I said, not a facelift. It's a terrible. If you got a facelift, Lisa, oh, this is gonna come out shady. But if you got a facelift, Lisa, you should really go ask for a refund. Or better yet, you should sue whoever did your facelift because you look the same. You still look like a withered witch. Sorry, not sorry. So if you got a facelift, please go get it. Please go get it a refund and get it redone. Hey Yvette, how are you doing? Oh, you say you just finished the episode. Well, welcome. I hope you. I'm almost finished, but it was a good episode. Let me know what you thought about the episode. So yeah, Lisa said. So Lisa told Whitney, Whitney, you can't talk. Oh my God, Whitney, you can't talk. You can't talk. And so Whitney said, you're scared. You're scared. I am not scared, Whitney. You're scared. I am not scared, Whitney. And so they started screaming back and forth at each other. It was so bad. At one point, the young lady came out to take their order. These heifers was screaming over the table, and the girl was like, excuse me, can I take your orders? Like, I was like, oh, this poor baby. This poor baby. That girl was like, and Amy was like, can we at least let her take our order? Like, please? It was hilarious. It is hilarious. I know, I'm sorry. Lisa is delusional. Lisa is delusional as hell. Oh, we got Lisa standing in the comment, and I know I am. Yes. Oh, that's a terrible picture of Lisa, by the way. I just want you to know that. That's a terrible picture. You might want to find a better one. Maybe this one that's on the screen. Because that's a horrible picture. When I said she looks like a witch, that's a perfect depiction of a witch. Yes, they did. The ladies ate Lisa up. And that's the thing when it comes to Lisa. For everybody to try to say Lisa is that girl, she's not that girl. Again, who name drops at almost what? Lisa got to be close to 50. Who the fuck name drops at 50? That just tells you that you're a loser and that nobody really likes you or knows you. So, and Lisa doesn't know how to read because Bronwyn ate her up at that table. Whitney ate her up at that table, and you guys know I don't see it for Whitney Rose. No, it shows a witch. It shows a witch. If you're trolling, please like, oh, that says Lisa Skanklow. I'm tripping. That says Lisa Skanklow. So you are a troll, and I love it. That says Lisa Skanklow. I'm hollering. I am screaming. I didn't even read that name. I didn't even read that fucking name. I didn't read that fucking name. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Even though I'm not gonna call her that, but I love that name. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, for her to sit there and name drop, it's like, girl, you are not that girl. And like I said, if you guys are just joining the live, like I said, when she name dropped Steve Carell, they didn't even like Bravo. Y'all know if somebody, like I said, if Bravo with the Housewives of Beverly Hills or any other Housewives, if they name drop somebody, say somebody's going to be a speaker at something, they show either the marquee or they show or they even show like a flyer with that person. We ain't saw shit with Steve Carell. Lisa, I think you profess too much. You're not that girl. You're not that girl. If anybody's that girl in this show, it's Mary. Mary's that girl. And I think y'all, that's why I think some of y'all can't take Mary because Mary is that girl. Hell, I didn't even give it. Well, no, I was gonna say Heather, but y'all know I don't see it for Heather. Heather could have been that girl, but Heather's too much of a pick me. Whitney, I did like Whitney season 1, but season 2 was when Whitney lost me. But yeah, the girls were eating Lisa the hell up, and I was here for every minute of it. Not Lisa was probably somebody's plus one, but I wouldn't be surprised if Lisa was somebody's plus one. I really wouldn't be shocked. Y'all, I'm sorry, but it's this Lisa Skanklow that's taking me out. It's this Lisa Skanklow that's taking me out. I can't get past it. But yeah, you guys, that was to me, Bronwyn's the new gold, and Mary and Angie. I love them. Now, what I will say when it comes to Angie K, I'm just now coming around to Angie because last season I wasn't here for Angie, but I'm liking Angie. I'm liking Angie. And again, I'm liking that the girls are standing on it with Lisa. Like I said, I didn't read it at first, so that's on me. I can take that. It shows that I am not a Lisa Barlow fan, and I love it. It shows that I'm not a Lisa Barlow fan. Never have like that girl. She is a narcissist, and she thinks she's all that, which she ain't. Period. Period. I agree with you. So you're welcome. You're absolutely 100% welcome over here. Hope you guys are, hope everybody subscribed to the channel. But yeah, you're absolutely definitely welcome. If you're not a Lisa Barlow fan, and I'm not a Lisa Barlow fan, we kindred spirits. Like we one and the same. You my peoples. Because I don't see it for Lisa. I don't see it for that woman. And her fans be trying to argue me down on when I used to tweet about the show, baby, them rabid fans of hers used to try to come for me, talking about she's that girl. I be damn. What makes her that girl? Have y'all bought her tequila? Have y'all bought Vita tequila? Is it good? Because I've heard it's nasty. I've heard some people say Vita is nasty. I've heard some people say it's good. I don't even know if it's not even sold in the state of Texas. I can tell you that for sure. Definitely not in fucking Dallas. But hey, whatever. Lisa's that girl. Y'all have it. I'm being facetious, by the way, too. I hope y'all know that. Me too. Lisa was lost in her lies. Girl, by she was. That was the thing that was tripping me up with Lisa. Is like, ma'am, you keep sitting here saying that these cases are dismissed, and you said one of them is still pending. Beloved, pending and dismissed are not synonymous with each other. I just want you to know that, Lisa. But hey, live in your delusions. They're far and few. Live in them delusions. Also, I know you tried to post that picture last week, Lisa, to show that your red confessional look ain't as bad as it is. Girl, it's even worse when you post that full body picture. It's even worse. It's ugly. It's ugly, Lisa. Just let you know that it's ugly, boo. But yeah, you guys, that is my review for Salt Lake City. Again, let me know what you guys thought about it. Did you guys enjoy the episode? I want to know. What were your favorite parts? I think a lot of people's favorite part is probably Lisa getting ate up. Girl, and it's the fact that Bronwyn keeps eating you up. When that girl said, so are they dismissed because you paid them? I was like, Bronwyn, stop. And this is, I'm talking to you, Bronwyn. I love you, Bronwyn, but I'm talking directly to you. Don't make up with Lisa. Please don't. Stay on her neck. Stay on her neck. If you stay on Lisa's neck, I'm all the way in for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Lisa's phony as hell. She was jealous of Bronwyn from the beginning. You don't have to call her. You don't have to call her. What is that? CADH. Hmm, I don't know what you meant with that. Um, but yeah, you guys, that's all I got. I don't want to stay on here too long because it's already 10:35 here my time in Texas, and I know if you're on the East Coast, it's 11:35. So we're gonna hop off of here, but I do Salt Lake City reviews every Tuesday night after the episode goes off. So check between I go live, and typically it's an hour after the show go off, but tonight I forgot all about it. Oh, cash. Okay. I thought that's what you meant, but I wasn't for sure. I thought that's what you meant. Yeah, Lisa ain't got her money, but well, Lisa ain't got Tar's money. No shade, Bronwyn. Love you, but she ain't got Tar's money. But yeah, you guys, that's it. Like I said, definitely check me out every week. I go live, like I said, at least an hour to two after. I don't typically go this late for Salt Lake City, but I had to eat tonight. Oh, it's not. Damn, it's 9:36 in Colorado. Okay. Lisa's Lisa's hair is really thin. Lisa's hair is really thin, and I'm like, she's paying so much for her makeup, and it really doesn't do good for her. Oh my god, I agree with you. I really do agree with you about that makeup. Her makeup is horrible because, like, you can and hear me out, you guys. When I say this, this is not age shaming because this I don't do that. But when it comes to Lisa, her makeup, you can literally see the lines in her face. You can literally see the lines in her face. No shade, but you can see the lines in her face. Oh, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for subscribing to me. It's 4:37 in England in the morning. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, you guys, again, appreciate everybody who came through, and thank you guys to the new people that I got subscribed to me tonight. I appreciate the Netherlands. Oh wow. Okay. How do y'all watch us in the Netherlands? Like y'all can get broad. Okay, didn't know that. Because I know we can't get. I know some stuff we can't get from abroad, but okay, cool. Well, welcome, 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 welcome. What I will say is, when you come over here with me, I have a good time. I'm shady as hell, so I hope you guys like shade because I throw shade, I throw shade, I throw shade, and so I hope y'all can handle that. Okay, yes. So you say yes, we can have Bravo and Hayu. That's what we don't have is Hayu, right? In the words of Candy, bitch, I'm worldwide. Lisa popped. Yeah. Well, you're here now, so I'm thankful to have you. So yeah, you guys. Let me get off of here. I'm gonna get off of here, you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, morning, whatever time it is in your time zone. I hope you guys are having a great one. I'm gonna get off of here. Like I said, we do this every single Tuesday with Salt Lake City because I love Salt Lake City, and if you guys love it, we again we here. So yeah, you guys have a great night, morning, whatever time of day it is, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.